crazy stuff.
This is good.
Well, time to go pick up Dave. First morning out for him, and just finished having a big old snowstorm about 2 feet, so we're gonna have to take the sled into the stand. And it's a little too deep for the quads right now until we get it packed down. So, but on the upside, there should be pretty good movement today. Like I said, there's been a 2-3 days front with huge drops of snow, so anticipating phenomenal movement if we can just get to the stand. There's a couple shooters in there, so. We'll pick up Dave and away we go. You ready to rock, Dave, or what?
We're ready to go. Trophy whitetail hunting in Saskatchewan.
Let's give her a try.
See what happens.
Let's do her.
First day, it's clear. It's a little chilly, not real bad. A little skiff of snow.
We be here. To your right, there's kind of the scrape line. I don't know if that's where the big boys are coming from, but that's where I'd expect them to come, so they'll probably come from the left. But she is rocking in here, so hopefully you see something good, and give me a shout if you shoot one. I'll be busy in the area checking other stands, so I'll be in the neighborhood if you get one. So.
All right, I'll call you and let you know. Otherwise, I'll see you at dark. So Brad just left on the sled. It's just starting to get light out. It looks like a real good spot. When Brad says it's a good spot, it's a good spot. So we're gonna sit here patiently, quiet. Been up here 15 out of the last 18 years. Hunting with Brad. He's got a knack for putting people in a good area. He does his homework. So for me, it's easy to sit because you know you're in a good area. Sometimes it's tough to pass up these 140, 250-pound whitetails. But you're not going to get a big one if you shoot the small ones. We've got a couple of does coming in right now. Next time we talk, hopefully, we've got a big boy coming in on camera.
This morning we're set up on a cut line here. Brad's been seeing some nice deer in here, getting some pictures of them, and told me about a wide 4x4, big frame 4-point, heavy black racked 5x5. A couple good bucks in here, so hopefully we'll get a look at them this morning.
Meanwhile, like any hard-working guide would do after checking a couple of stands, I decided to head back to camp to sample some of Virginia's baking when I was rudely interrupted.
Couple nice bucks all after the same doe, it looks like, so thought maybe there might be a little scrap going on, but I don't think that younger one that's heavier got inside the other guy's bedroom range just yet, but could be a scrap if he keeps falling. Makes me wonder what the guys are doing out in the stands, because the rut is definitely going.
Now that question didn't take long to get answered.
Well, I was just heading back to camp for a little cake and coffee and got a call from a pretty excited Chuck who apparently just shot a pretty good buck. Sounds like the one we had him sitting on, a fork G2 and a split brow or something, but nice deer, so happy for Chuck. Last year he held out, didn't pull the trigger, and passed up lots of nice young bucks that other guys would probably take. So he's a patient guy. When he pulls the trigger, it's a good old buck. Exciting. Always good to get that phone call, and especially when it's a good deer. So let's go see what he's got. Nice.
Heavy.
Well, that's all right, eh? Put her there.
Thank you.
Nice work. Tell me a story. When did he come in, or what was going on?
Yeah, he came in and he ended up, there was a nice 8-pointer here. He ended up fighting with the 8-pointer off in the bush a bit. Then he came back, and I probably should have shot him the first time I saw him, but I really didn't get a chance to study him too much. And we came back out, and pretty much that was it. Lights out.
Right on. Excited?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
That's what you come here for.
That's right. He's a good deer.
Yeah.
Great mass. Old timer. We were after him last year too.
Really?
And no dice. Never showed himself in daylight. So Well, good work, Chuck. We better get some tags on them, and it's a little fresh out here, so we'll get them back to the truck, get back to camp. And...
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Right on.
After dropping my hunters off first thing in the morning, I was just heading back to camp when I got a call from one of our other hunters, Chuck Wilk, who was having a pretty good morning. So, because his guy Troy Folden was already on the far side of the area checking stands and cameras, I volunteered to pick Chuck up. And by the time we made it back to camp, Troy had already gotten a call from his other hunter, Captain Bob Kerwin, who was also having a pretty good morning. So, with Troy busy back at camp taking care of business, I had a sinking suspicion I'd be getting a call from Mr. Lucky himself, Testry Harris, who never seems to waste a good day in the woods. 30 minutes later, and sure enough, there I was at his stand, listening to how the big 4x4 we had pictures of came walking out in the middle of the day. Now, with the mature bucks heavy on the move, this day was quickly turning out to be every whitetail guide's dream. But keep in mind, when hunting Saskatchewan, or anywhere else for that matter, deer don't just walk around blindly, and some weeks they seem to not move at all, regardless of the stage of the rut. So, after many years of guiding and hunting mature bucks, I've learned a few things to help increase the odds in my favor. First and foremost, I have to control the controllables. Keep a positive attitude, do my homework, and no matter what, keep working right to the last second, and eventually things will work out and you get to enjoy a day like today, but not every day.
This is what hunting Saskatchewan's all about. Hunting in the middle of nowhere. No trucks, no vehicles, no people, no nothing. He's at least a 5x6. It's got to be a 300-pound deer. This is what you come to Saskatchewan for. First day of the hunt, it's all over. I can't believe it.
We were having one of those days you dream about as a whitetail guide. Everything that possibly could go right was, and with Dave Van Wright just taking down one of the area's ancient old ghost bucks, this day just couldn't get any better.
Well, I'm going to send a text to Brad. I hope this text goes through. I got 2 bars. Alright, we should hear a snowmobile within an hour. And, like I said, this buck came out of nowhere. I think he knew this big buck was in here. He doesn't put you in a stand for no good reason, so. But I still think he's gonna flip when he sees it laying on the ground. Let's go and take a look at him. Holy smokes. Oh, look at the size of him. Look at the size of this thing. He doesn't even have a neck. He's got a body. Wow, absolutely no ground shrinkage. Look at the brow tines.
heavy mass. This is what you come to Saskatchewan for. Look at the size of this thing. I can't believe it. He's bigger than I thought. Heavy horns, big mature 11-point buck in Saskatchewan. Wow. Brad said it wasn't a bad stand. I think he knew all along that there was a big buck in here. Here comes Brad.
Nice deer.
Check this out.
Nice.
This is huge. What a monster.
Gotta get my hands on that guy. Wow. Wow.
He's a dandy. When I walked up to him, of course, he always looked big from back, but you know what? This is no ground shrinkage here.
Wow, look at that thing.
None.
That is an old Saskatchewan whitetail there.
Beautiful deer.
How old do you think he is?
You know, I think he's a 6-7-year-old buck.
He's at least 8, maybe 9, maybe 10. This guy.
Really?
Lots of history with him. This is probably the worst growth he's ever had. Of course, when they're old like that, they go down. But he used to be a major stud a couple
Really?
years ago. Yeah.
Well, he's not doing too bad.
No. No, it took a lot of years for him to finally make a mistake. Well, let's get some tags on him and get him on out of here back to camp. All the boys will want to see this guy.
Thanks again.
Congrats.
Think I'll call that my own heaven. If there is ever such a place.
Excited?
Oh yeah,
Nice.
what you come here for?
That's right. He's a good deer. Yeah. Great mass. Old timer. We were after him last year too.
Really?
And no dice. Never showed himself in daylight.
11-year whiskey kept nearby and handy, and darkness turned bright by the smiles and the lights of the good-natured people that are so few and far between. Think I'll call that my own heaven. If there is ever such a place. Said they got their open arms to hold you.
So, did you know he was here?
Oh yeah, of course I knew.
You never tell us.
No, make it a surprise. Great deer.